There, I'm still getting my earrings on, so bear with me. um, yeah, so it's 8 o'clock at night, and I'm not used to doing a live this late. It's kind of surreal. But anyway, I do apologize this morning. I forgot I had an appointment at 11 o'clock, so hopefully um, that didn't mess up your day too much. I do apologize. I was meaning to remind everybody yesterday, and I totally forgot. But anyway, I'm working on this presentation. It's going to be a live presentation locally at a couple different places, a senior center and an assisted living this week. And it's about birds. And I never would have picked that because I don't know anything about birds. But the folks that attended my last presentation on flowers are into birds. So I had to say, okay, yeah, whatever you guys want. So there is so much symbolism about birds. Does anybody know? There is such a beautiful history all around the world. Come on, Pumpkin. She wants to join us. There's such a beautiful history about birds, and it kind of makes sense. If you think about it, birds are, they're magical. They fly. They're, a lot of different cultures felt that they were messengers from the gods. Some cultures felt they were gods. So it's been a very interesting process learning about the history of birds in art. And also, then you think about it, where do birds come from, right? They come from an egg. So at one point it's an egg, and then eventually it becomes a bird. So what a transformation, eventually that egg changes and morphs into a baby bird. And so, and that's through a lot of religions. I mean, obviously that's very common, but I never really stopped to think about it. So it's been very grounding to put this program together. And then the other aspect of birds and artwork is obviously transformation, like the phoenix. So the story of the phoenix is popular in Greek and Egyptian mythology, and I mean, we know from Harry Potter and the Phoenix, if you watch those movies, maybe a little bit, but I didn't know the typical history is, hi Pumpkin, thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's good to see you. That the Phoenix will live for 500 years, and then it dies and goes up in flames, and then a new Phoenix is born. So that's an interesting concept of birth and rebirth and making yourself over. So we've heard that phrase a lot, a phoenix, and so now it's kind of neat to think about it. And then the other aspect of it is that the birds sing. Birds have a song. So it's been really interesting researching. Good morning, or good evening. Hi, Cole. Yeah, I'm in here in the evening today. Usually I'm in the morning, so I'm a little thrown off. I'm putting together a program for some senior citizens locally about birds, about the history of birds and artwork and mythology. Hi, Lucas. I don't know what that means, oi. So I was just sharing some of the mythology and some of the history. Not so much history, but just there's a lot of mythology surrounding birds because they're magical. They fly. I mean, a lot of older religions and hey, hi, Mark. Oh, thank you. I thought you were back, Mark. Pumpkin, did you have a good evening? Saba, hi. We're from the East Coast of the U.S. Yeah, I'm talking about birds. I put together programs for senior citizens. So my first one, I just started this like a month ago. So last month I did flowers, and then they all requested birds, and I don't know anything about artwork and birds and history and stuff like that. So I've been researching it lately. Hey Kevin, thanks for tuning in at night. I appreciate that. Well, it's night here on the East Coast near New York City. Hey Lucas, yeah, this is Pumpkin. She is 16 years old. I'm T. Waldron, and I bring a little gratitude with attitude. Tonight I'm drinking a cold drink because it's hot here. It's like a tea, and I threw in a little bit of a flavor packet. Cheers to you. Oh, Johan, thank you. Oh, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, so this is my cat Pumpkin. Some of you may have met her in person. Hey, Cole. Birds and art. Okay. Well, yeah. If you have anything I should include in the presentation, if you just joined us, I'm putting together a presentation. Um, I go to senior centers, and the topic is birds and the history of birds and art and their symbolism, which is so cool. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, welcome, Girl Dad. Good to see you guys. Oh, thank you for the reminder. Yeah, hit the like button and subscribe. You're awesome. I keep forgetting to say it. But yeah, so I do presentations to seniors. So I'll do a talk about art and art history, and then we end it and they all make a craft. So last month we did flowers. So I talked about the history of flower painting and art. And then we did it was so easy. And you can do this at home too, or if you have kids, it's really fun. You take a pen or a marker, and then I just had them pick a silk flower or one of the, a fake flower. And then we just taped the flower to the pen. So I had them make one that they kept and one that they gave away. So there's like a social aspect of it too. So they could give it to their friends or their kids. So yeah. Oh, show animals. Yeah, she is not fazed at all by the laptop. That's so funny, Mark. So when we were I was picking out the cat I was, going to adopt. I was showing her the different cats, and she was just like, "What are you doing? I am a cat. Like, it's not affecting me." Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you approve, Girl Dad Cooking. Nice to hear from you. How you been? I hope you guys have been good. I don't know where you're from, but it's been pretty warm here on the East Coast. Yeah. I did show her some of the birds, and she also was not impressed. But there's so many different aspects of the symbolism because, I mentioned earlier, it's transformation. An egg turns into a bird. I mean, you can't get more transformative than that. That's pretty amazing. Also, the former, original religions and things, they considered the birds messengers to the gods because they were up there flying. And even, oh, there's Fractal. She wanted to fly right over here too. I just have 2 cats. Yeah. So I have questions. I'm happy. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, if you have information, I would love any information I can add to my presentations. Hi, Art. Good evening. Pumpkin is not interested in watching the laptop. You know what? Pumpkin loves being here for you guys. I swear to goodness, she sees the lights come on and she's like, okay, are we going live? Pretty amazing. And now Fractal's joining us too. This is Fractal. I named her after fractal geometry because I like that, anything specific. So yeah, I'm talking about the program that I put together. It's very short. It's like 20 minutes, half an hour, because otherwise I lose them. If I talk too long, they just kind of glaze over. And I like to do interactive. So I'll say, how does this picture make you feel? So what I'm doing is the symbolism in art. So the transformation, how birds were connected to the gods in olden times, with different religions. And I have different examples. I'm not going to go through them here, but I chose 5 main examples, Native American art, Egyptian art, Greek art, and Hindu art. So I chose different ones, and I'll show a picture for each. Yeah, and then also I want to talk about how their song can just, make you feel better, right? So how do birds make us feel? Some people don't like birds, so I found that out too. Yeah, they do know the power of silence. Yes, they do. She was in the basement earlier. She's got a little cobweb on her, so we gotta just, okay. What'd you do there? Did you explore in the basement? So yeah, how are you guys tonight? What's going on wherever you are in the corner of the world? I know it's a Sunday night. Some people I guess they call it the Sunday night scare. Ooh, cardinals back in the day used to be a symbol of fire and a living phoenix. I didn't get that. Thank you. That's very cool. I appreciate that. How do you know so much, Cole? Are you a birder? Because that was so cool. I went for a walk today. Oh, you're dusty too. Near the beach, and I was trying to get video of birds, And of course, none of the birds were flying. It was like kind of midday, so it might have been too hot. Cardinals, very cool. I love that. And I know that, when I was a kid, right, we used to wait for the first robin of spring. And when we saw the robin, we knew it was springtime and the winter was over. So that was kind of a good feeling. I always used to love that when I was little. And then, you hear about the bluebird of happiness. I don't know where that came from. I didn't really research too many things, but maybe, I think it's also fun to talk about where do sayings come from. Birds of a feather. A lot of spare time. You're only 13. Well, Cole, I thank you. Yeah, feel free to, I have what do you call it? I think it's, I don't know what it's called, where you can put still pictures. It's a community page. Yeah, throw some info on there if you want, and I'll try to work it in. I like the cardinal thing. I never heard of that before. I do have to verify everything because I don't like to put false information in my programs. So I would always get a second, source of verification. Because sometimes you read something on the internet, and this has happened to me before when I put together a program and I'm in a rush. If I just do one source, sometimes it turns out not to be true because it's the internet. So I have to be very careful. I just don't want to be a source of misinformation. So, but that's so cool. I love that. Cardinals used to be a symbol of fire. Yeah. There's one, let me see. I'll see if you guys can, I don't know if you can see the screen. I'll try it once and we'll give it a go. Let's see. Where are some of the images? Okay, let's see. Open. Oh yeah. This is beautiful. This is called a simurgh, Simurgh. It's from Iran, formerly Persia. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's beautiful. This was a bird whose wings would change and the feathers change colors every time you looked at it in a different way. And also it was omniscient. And it was omnipotent. So it's kind of like a god, and it was benevolent. So they really enjoyed this. Hi there. Hello, Mr. Evil Cat. I hope you're not coming for my cat. Art of Fire Cardinal, if you have an email. Yeah, I think my email is somewhere in the description of my channel, somewhere in there. So please, yeah, if you want to send some images, that's so neat. Yeah. So this is Pumpkin, and that's my cat Fractal, after fractal geometry. Yeah, so then also the Thunderbird from the North Pacific, these were thought to control the weather. So they were very, very popular, and the saying goes that when they flapped their wings, that created the wind. So I think it's really poetic. A lot of the stuff I'm learning is so beautiful. So yeah, I love that. And then Garuda, oh my goodness, this one is a Hindu god, and this was a messenger between God and the humans. So it actually has human arms and legs and wings and a bird face. So isn't that kind of interesting? Hi, Pierre. So yeah. So I'm so glad. Yeah, I was just telling these guys that if you just joined us, I'm putting together a presentation on birds and the history of birds and the symbolism. And then we do a little project. So the project is so cute. It's going to be, I got these little different colored papers and different birds. They're already cut out because a lot of folks that do attend aren't able to like hold scissors and stuff. So we're doing sort of a collage. And it's going to be, and I'll just have different messages. So they can choose what message they want to put, and we're going to put it all together and put it in a frame. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Well, what else? Oh, this one's very cool. I'm just going to show you one more. This is Bennu, and this is the soul of Ra from Egypt, okay? That giant bird, if you look, it's bigger than a human. And that was very interesting because Ra is also a bird like God, and then this was the soul of the god. So very cool stuff. Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? What are you guys up to? That's enough of that. Yeah, it's a Sunday night, and I want to say thank you for coming here and hanging out for a little bit. I missed this morning because um, I'm actually part of a group, and we just met today, and it's for adults whose children don't really communicate with them, and it's a heavy topic, but it's pretty common, which was shocking to find out. Laying down workflow in the morning. Yeah, you know what? That is so good. You're getting ready tonight for tomorrow. Oh, that's the way you start a Monday, because then you're ready. You know what you're doing. You're ready to go. That's awesome. Yeah, Cole, I'll have to look and see. I could put it, I'll go to the community page and I'll put an email in there, okay? Because I don't know how else to do it. I'll read you a couple words from Florence Scovel Shinn. I usually do this in the morning. It's at 8 o'clock during weekdays. But I'll read a little bit and we'll close out with that, okay? I love that. And I'm glad you're getting your work set. It's, you know what? I feel like you make your to-do list or your whatever list for tomorrow, tonight, and you set yourself up for success tomorrow. If you know you're going to get up and do what you have to do, it feels so much better getting up on a Monday than being disheveled, right? So that's so good. So this is the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. And this chapter is called Intuition or Guidance. Okay? And I'll read you the first sentence. There is nothing too great of an accomplishment for the person who knows the power of their word and who follows their intuitive leads. By the word, you start in action unseen forces that can rebuild your body and remold your affairs. It is therefore of utmost importance to choose the right words, and the student carefully selects the affirmation they wish to catapult into the invisible. So, yeah. So those words are amazing, and she's just such a wise lady. I love Florence Scovel Shinn. And Cole, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll put my email on the community page. By the way, yesterday I launched a video with Dr. Bernie Siegel. If you don't know him, he's amazing. He worked in the Yale Pediatric Surgery Unit, okay? And he started playing music in the operating room, and he treated his patients like people, and he's very spiritual. So I did I did a long, like hour and a half long interview with him. So I'm going to do like little shorter segments of his interview. So I released the first one yesterday, and it was about his birth. And he had a pretty traumatic birth story. So, check it out, because he's written so many books and he's healed so many people, and he almost didn't survive. So it's a pretty great story. Everybody have a blessed day. Thank you. You too. I appreciate that, Pierre. Take care, guys. Have a great night. From myself to yourself, thank you for joining me on this journey. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, right? Bye. Thank you.